Hello, comrades, and welcome to year 20, part 2 of our Prague industrialized adventure. Let's see, last time we did manage to flatten out all of this terrain over here, and the only limiting factor was that our road depot over here was pretty far away and we couldn't squeeze in a little bit more space. Anyway, this year it's actually time to figure out how we're gonna build this said city, and because this is our second city, we don't quite care about resources anymore because the cash is steadily flowing each single year, so we can build the perfect city from the get-go. Now let's start firstly with our small distribution center for our second city. Basically, it will be something similar to what we've done in Badgerville. However, for now, let's see how the matrix looks like. So let's take a ruler and measure from the heating plant around 800 meters. Perfect. So we do know that this is 800 meters, so I'm gonna place a dirt road here, since this will be the location of our city. Basically, everything on this side will be our city, everything on this side will be our distribution center area. Now, as we've done in Badgerville, we're going to need nearby the city a concrete plant and asphalt plant. Let's see, did the game update the values for the concrete and asphalt plant? Nope, it doesn't seem like it. It's still stuck at 15 tons, so I'm happy with that. Good. Since this is the limits of our city, we're gonna plunk down the concrete plant and asphalt plant nearby, and let's see how it will look like. Now, another question is, where should we put our distribution area? On the left side or on the right side? Well, these tracks here are temporary currently, so I can move them on this side if necessary, and I don't see any problems since the connection here should allow me to do so with absolutely no problems. So actually, I'm just gonna plonk it down on the left side, well, right side of the screen, just because I want it. So let's start firstly with the concrete plant. Let's see, the road is in this direction, and I do see that we have connections all around the place. Let's see the asphalt plant, how it's looking like. Quite similar. Basically, what I want to try to avoid is to have vehicles getting stuck when they are getting asphalt and shenanigans. Somewhere around here should be theoretically fine for the asphalt plant, and let's grab the concrete plant and put it similarly like we've done before. There we go. And the good part out of this is that we do have some spacing in the middle for the gravel. Let's grab the gravel storage. 1000 of it should be perfectly fine, and allow it to connect directly. This should be perfectly fine. And then we're gonna have a coal location nearby, just like this, with the road pointing in the opposite direction, just to help us with the placement of other things. Here we go, and we can have dirt roads for now here, and we're gonna need an aggregates unloading station. Here we go, and to make sure that it connects to both places at the same time. Currently it doesn't really want to connect to both places, no worries. We're gonna make it connect. There we go, and It's hugging enough that I don't care about anything else. Now we can actually connect it to the main road here just to have the fire trucks being able to access it. So theoretically, yes, it will have two sides. Oh, by the way, I did forget in the middle to put the road loading station. So that's pretty important. Let's regrab it and place it a little bit further away. Something like this should be fine, with a truck aggregate loading in the middle. Of course, if it creates connections by itself, then that is pretty bad. There we go. And have a very small road basically going very close to it. I want to make sure that I'm just being able to connect them for now. And let's regrab again the train aggregate unloading, and let's see how we're gonna plunk it down. I do remember last time we always had problems with this too. Let's see how we're gonna be able to do it here. Basically, I cannot leave it with a non-connection, because then it won't be able to work properly. And to be honest, this road here is not necessary. Basically, on this side, I only care about the fire trucks to get to the storage, so they don't burn down the storage area here. However, the grabbing of gravel and coal can be done from a single way with absolutely no problem. So theoretically, we should be able to just do the unloading like this and just have it connected in both ways. Let's see, let's plonk it theoretically here and see if it's connecting. Nope, it's not connecting. So we're gonna need to figure out a place where to plonk it down so it connects. Maybe if we're gonna move it on this side, but then we're gonna have the same exact problem as before. Mirroring it. Let's see if that works. Nope. Theoretically, there should be a location. Let's just see how we've done it in Badgerville. Maybe we can figure it out from here. So it looks like we placed it a lot further away. So that's the trick. Let's do it and try it out. Wrong one. Here we're gonna need to do it. Let's see, that side wants to connect, but that side really hates it. There we go. Perfect. And this should allow us to connect the road here. And if we are lucky enough, we might as well squeeze it here, which it seems like it is possible. Okay, good, good, good. Let's remove that road and place it here. Perfect. We've managed to do it just like in Badgerville. Good, so we do have concrete and asphalt handled. We do have the coal and gravel also handled. We have the rail connection for our unloading handled. The next thing we're gonna need to do is to have a connection for oil. And we can place it willy-nilly just as we've done it in Badgerville, really nearby to the oil factory and have the bitumen nearby. So if a rail is going to come this way, which this is the plan, to have it like this, then the oil should be somewhere around here. I am still going to go for the single connection and single way, one way entry and exit on a single line instead of just looping it, because I don't know if it will work or not. We're gonna discover it together. Anyway, for now this is looking good. The next thing is to grab the oil unloading. Here we go, and plonk it nearby like this. Should be perfectly fine. Of course, this will connect over here, and we're gonna need to extend the road a little bit more. And why not, we could have let's see which building is on fire. Badgerville, I don't care, they should be able to come over here pretty fast, and I should see them coming. Sadly, the slow speedy one is first, and then the speedy one is the second. Let's see, they should contain the fire. Okay, perfect. Let's go back to our location and actually continue building here. We're gonna need, let's see, where is it? The storage. So for fuel, we can go with a big storage, but for bitumen, it's best if we have a small storage somewhere around here. Perfect. Let's see, as for piping, I would prefer to go underground. It is a bit more expensive, but at the same time, it offers me freedom to connect whatever I want and however I want. There we go. So this will be one pipe. Let's grab the other one and do the same. Okay, perfect. We have bitumen connected. Now let's connect it directly to the asphalt plant. Good. And our fuel station, we're gonna need to connect it to a road loading station. There we go. And why not plonk it somewhere around here? Just like this, as nearby to the oil as possible. Good. So we have the fuel handled, we have everything related to asphalt plants and etc. handled. Let's have our rail built over here so we don't forget about it. There we go. Okay, now if I'm gonna check from here, a straight line, 793 meters, so we're still pretty fine-ish from my point of view. The next things that we are going to need is the this thing over here, a cargo train station that handles the meat storage, open storage, and the warehouse. So let's do that just now here. And let's see how we're gonna plonk it down. Now this time I'm actually gonna go with a 4 cargo storage. As I've mentioned before, I really want to test it out if I really can't connect the meat, basically everything, to a single station. I don't want them to be different. So let's see, somewhere around here theoretically should be fine. And let's have a warehouse. Let's see how big of a warehouse. Which is the biggest one currently? I think the 800 one, right? Yes, it is. Okay, and let's assume that the road is into this direction. So theoretically now we have the warehouse connected. We are going to need the open storage. Let's go with a bigger one. Just like this. And the road is in opposite direction, which is quite good. Now the final thing we're gonna need to handle is the meat storage. Sadly, somehow we are going to need to connect the meat storage to the train station and still have a way to jump a factory connection. Let's see, if we're gonna plonk it around here, theoretically we should have enough space remaining for the rest of the things to go in and the road to have a bridge connected to it. Let's see, if we do it like this and then grab the highest cargo station that we have, the 6-1, there we go. We can plonk it somewhere like this. And we're gonna need to build a road. Let's see, if we're gonna do something like this, how would the road system look like? Okay, on this side is good. Let's see, can we grab a bridge and hop over? Theoretically, it should be possible, especially that we have quite a long ways. There we go, and now we should be able to go down to 0. Perfect. Wow, and it's not looking that bad actually. Let's delete that part because I really want to make sure that I can't make it a little bit less. There we go. Basically saving on materials a bit. Perfect. So basically now we're gonna have meat, bricks, etc. everything coming from a single road cargo station. Which from my point of view it's quite amazing. Now let's see, what else did we forget around here? I think that's all. Got bitumen, fuel, oil. The cargo station, we have it. The connection here, we've done it. Yeah, that's kind of all. Okay, perfect. We're just gonna need the construction offices, which we're not going to have any problems to find the locations for them. But for now, I really want to make sure how the rail system will look like. And I think for that, we're gonna either fall down a bit or come through here. Basically, we have a flaw currently in Badgerville. Let's assume that we are doing food industry around this area where Libas is. Well, theoretically, if a train filled with food will come through here, go through here, he's gonna have a very hard time trying to enter this area here. So either we're gonna need to build a T intersection here or a T intersection here. Either way, it looks pretty bad because if we're gonna build the T intersection here, then we're gonna need to have a cross in order to climb the mountain here. And if we build the T intersection here, we're gonna need to demolish this bridge over here and hope for the best that the vehicle depots that we created over here will not interfere. Another way would be just to have one bridge going like this and then coming down here. And then have a bridge here like this. Which theoretically should not be that hard. Oh, it will be hard. We're too close. We did not plan this properly. Okay, anyway, it's not about Badgerville, it's about the new city construction here. So I do see that the heating plant is quite in the way. But we can fix it, and having the T intersection on this side will be very difficult for us to manage and handle it. We're gonna need to go down even more with the terrain, so we can have the train line going like this and avoid the full agglomeration. Yeah, which I think that would be quite well. So let's delete these tracks, grab the airplane runway again, and start modeling this terrain out so we can have a little bit more distance for our tracks to be set. Let's see how much we're gonna need to have as a distance, because the T intersection is quite wild, and I think I'll start with building the T intersection firstly and then handle the rest of the shenanigans. Now, the problem with the T intersection is that we're not going to be able to come... Actually, we could, theoretically. Unless we're gonna raise this to 100 meters, which I kinda dislike the idea. Let's see how a set of tracks would look like. Okay, and I would like a T intersection here, so it spreads off into that direction. Let's see, can we do something with the taxiway? Up. I did not want it to be raised that much. I just wanted a little bit of flat line. Basically, something like this should be fine. And let's see, basically, we're gonna come with the train line through here. Just like this, and then have a connection going into this direction. Yeah, too steep of a descent. Somewhere around here it was working, there we go. And then another one going into this direction. Okay, perfect. Now starting off for the T intersection through here, disable F4 just to have a little bit of wiggle. There we go. And here too, like this. Good, so this one will go on that direction. So let's assume that we will have wiggle room up until here. Let's see, how would this look like? Nine. We should be able to go to 9 meters. There we go. Somewhere around here, and then be able to come back down. Or actually continue a little bit more until the tracks here and then come back down. Perfect. Okay, and we're gonna need to do this on this side too. So let's go to 15 or more. 17 should be safe. And then we're gonna come back down somewhere around here. Jesus, it's the first time that this intersection type actually went smoothly for me. I'm not accustomed to go this smoothly, and I think we can move it a little bit inwards, especially if we're gonna bend the road right. Nope. So seems like up until here. Let's see what happens if we're gonna actually move it a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. Okay, that was a super fast intersection, I'm not gonna lie. However, the major problem that I'm seeing now is the small area here. Basically, the trains won't have that much of a leeway until they get in. Although, does it really matter that much? Because we're not going to have many trains. And this one has already 156 meters. So basically the longest train that we're gonna have will be 157 meters from the distribution office. Therefore, it's perfectly fine to do the crossover somewhere around here, since we're not going to have longer trains than this. When going to the stations to drop off stuff, of course, we're not going to have more than one. And by the way, related to this type of approach, it means that we could theoretically create on this side another warehouse in case we're noticing that we have way too little things. Ooh, nice. Okay, and 156 meters over here would mean... Yeah, well above. Okay, so we can connect these directly here. And I'm gonna do it the same with a bridge. There we go. Let's have the parallel tracks over here firstly. So from here, this one goes like this, directly connecting here. Perfect. And similarly, nearby, we're gonna have one of these. And from here, the bridge will start. Too high, 9 meters, yep, perfect. And I want to disable F4 again. And push it somewhere up until here should be fine. And then drop down once we feel comfortable enough. This will be tricky. Let's start it then on this side. And let's match it. Alright, perfect. Did not expect to match so well, but I'm happy with this. Okay, good. So this means we're gonna have this area also covered, and in here to make a crossroad like this should be fine. Perfect. So we got the entire thing planned. It does seem like it. We can actually disable F3 now. And let's see, with this rail, we're gonna need to come up until here. And you see, this is yet another dilemma because we do want to go over here in order to supply Parkul Dracul with food and alcohol. So we are going to need yet another T intersection over here before branching out over there. So let's actually do that over here. From here should be fine. And have it straight. Plonk F4. And make it as straight as possible. There we go. Perfect. And this will continue onwards afterwards. Maybe a smidge bit more. And now to disable F4. And have here one of these. And here one of these. If you're asking me about measurements, I'm literally eyeballing it. There's no other way to explain it. Now on this side, we're also going to need one. But firstly, let's build the bridge above it. Actually, we can go even less. Basically, as long as you get in the middle the bridge properly built at 9 meters, you won't have any more problems afterwards. So let's say up until here. And now that we have the middle bridge built, we can actually delete this one and now eyeball it a bit better. Let's say like this. And go. You see, it's not working that well. Maybe if we're gonna squeeze just a little bit more out of this, then it would connect. Okay, perfect. Good. We're gonna need to do the same around here. Let's see, 0 meters will work somewhere around here. Yes, it does. I guess we can plonk it directly since it's way shorter than I expected. And then connect it here. Perfect. Let me delete this part over here. And do the same for this side. Let's have one of these going up to, yeah, 19 should be, 18 should be fine. There we go. Have the bridge crossing up until here. And it's going nicely to 9 meters and then coming back down. Jesus, I'm getting good at this. Okay. And it doesn't like it. Seems like I bragged too early. Let's see what the problem over here is. Most likely it's the hilly side. There we go. And now it is connecting. Perfect. Now let's get rid of this ugly mess over here. And see how low we can go with it. Up until here, it seems like. Perfect. And have this connection tanked. And connected here. Good. So we do have that intersection there. Now we can force it to go upwards afterwards. Let me delete from here. Okay, good. And have the train line come through here. Just like this. Perfect. And let's do it on the... God damn it. I picked the wrong line, I think. Let's see if this is the case. Basically, I thought that was the right line. Yeah. You see, that was the issue. Let me do this and then continue on with this one until it allows me. There we go. And then we can plonk it there and this one like this. Perfect. And this theoretically should connect here with absolutely no problems. Okay, good. Am I happy with everything? Yes, I am happy with everything over here. Now let's see about the gravel roads connections, because we're also going to need to discuss those. Firstly, let's gravel everything up over here. And let's see, here we do have some open space, so I don't see why not plan 2 medium distribution offices, or however they will fit. Let's see how many they will fit. 1. Seems like 2. Or maybe 3 if we are lucky. Yes, 3. Perfect. Okay, and this will be their line. So basically coming like this. And then having them like this. Good. Now we're also going to need construction offices, which I'm pretty happy if we're gonna place them here. Since they're gonna need to go through here in order to collect the gravel, but we can help it along the way a bit. Basically building a bridge like, well, not a bridge, but a construction like this should theoretically allow us to have the construction offices on this side. And most likely they will go through here and go through here to reach this location and then exit through here. Good. Now I don't want this to be the main road. I want a parallel road. So I'm gonna put firstly the construction offices. Let's see. 1 on this side. And 1 on this side, and it looks like we are getting to the limits of what we've planned for 100 meters in here. We're gonna need to squeeze it a bit more, but it looks okay for now because the main road will go through here, going like this. Perfect. And this one will avoid fully the construction office. And why not? We're gonna need to connect this part too. Good. What's up with citizens' happiness? Why are you guys unhappy? What? Whoops, again out of water, but how and why? Wait, why are you guys out of water? Chemicals you got. Workers you got. Let's increase the number of workers. Maybe that's the thing. And let's see if that's gonna fix it. 7, 8. Come on, guys. 8 still not enough. This is really weird. And why all out of a sudden? They do have here, and the water pump is pulling it nicely. Let's see a bit the overlays. What the hell is happening here? 70 cubic meters. Water production is looking good. Water flow does seem like it's a red here, but still it's a big pipe, so it should go to 120 something. Yeah, 127 per day. It doesn't make sense why it wouldn't push it. So something else is fishy around here. Oh, don't tell me it's the bar pressure. 530, 530, and here 298 and 3. We're having the same problem as before because the water wells doesn't seem to want to pump enough outside. Okay, can we squeeze in a bit more? That's the question. If not, we do have the water pressure over here as free. So we can jump this free water pressure directly into here, and that should solve the problem. Because I'm not gonna plan getting another one. Yeah, that should be fine. There we go, and let's make it high priority so they are gonna build it as soon as possible, and that should equalize the flow relatively. We're gonna see. We're gonna return back here. Also, let's see, water flow here, it's looking quite okay. The only problem is over here, it looks like. Yep, and everyone started being unhappy because of drinking water problems. And I'm pretty amazed it happened all of the sudden. I mean, literally, did we have this beforehand? Yeah, it does seem like we did have it, and we ignored it while we were building it. Ah, fuck. Okay, makes sense. Let's see, once this is being built, how it will look like. Anyway, we can speed up time for a moment. The happiness isn't that poor. It can be even poorer than 77. We had 46 beforehand. And let's see, around here, let's actually confirm the rail, because I don't think we're gonna do any more modifications, and they already started going here and delivering the materials for the unfinished gravel road. Yeah, I think it's actually time to just wait around and see what happens. Let's see, another building on fire. Are they gonna come here in time? Yes, they are. Perfect. Oh, by the way, let's check in regards to the water. Maybe it's just the replacement of machines in here. No, productivity is at 100%. So clearly the problem is this one, which will be solved relatively soon. Okay, apart from this, I do remember, holy hell, we do have a lot of MASVs. Okay, and still a lot more to produce. I am very confused how that works. Anyway, let's have the cover tools be replaced with however many we can actually do. There we go. We have another set ingoing. And this should be fine now. Still 25 yags to replace. Let's see why this one doesn't want to be replaced and refuses replacement. By the way, now, since we did speed up the game, or is he refusing replacement? No, he is replacing. Okay. Okay, let's wait for a moment and recheck water here. Yeah, finally we are back in business. Okay, so the problem was water pressure, but this time on this one. Now we should have 5 bars. Yes, perfect. Good, we are having enough bars. We can actually go with fewer workers here. We had 4 and everything was alright. Let's see if with 5 there will be any problems, because theoretically 5 will be 50%, but the current production percentage is sitting around 30% and this one is full. Okay, good. Let's see, around here. At least they are reaching this construction area relatively, and we're gonna need to have the trains come here and do that. Let's see, we have an X here, and do we have mixed signals? Yes, we do. On this side, basically there will be a two-way signal that will avoid the train to have problems. Okay, and now I just realized something. This worked because here we did not have holy hell. Okay, we're gonna need to also fix this one. There we go, and let's put this one as high priority. And have the mix signals set up. Actually, on this one, I'm gonna plonk it here. So they are waiting before the road, not after the road, so they don't block access there. And this should be fine. Where's the heating problem? Again over here? How come? Oh, okay, we don't have workers here. Okay, makes sense. Let's see what's happening with our workers. Are they expiring beforehand? Or they are just being delivered here? Okay. Where's the worker bus? Seems like, yeah, they are expiring because of the snowy area. So we're gonna need to fix the snowy area too. Let's buy here some snow plows. Really? Only one snow plow? Okay. 2 of them should be fine. And we're gonna need another one somewhere around here, because I do see this snowplow working. However, these ones are not. So let's buy 2 more snowplows. Here too. And 1000. Yeah, should be fine. If I go to 2000, the problem is that they're gonna pick up garbage from the city. BS. Okay, and one more thing I wanna do is to disconnect the city here from our network of roads. I don't want them to clean up the city snow, since, well, that's an abandoned town. And we're gonna need workers over there. Since we're having quite a lot of workers without a job, we can actually increase it to 150 here. And they should kickstart going there. There we go. And we should have multiple of them coming. Yes, quite a lot of them, all 4. Perfect. Building collapse, where? Okay, it wasn't one of our buildings. That's okay. Okay, so let's see now if what I watched on Sirius's guide in regards to rail actually works properly. Hopefully, yes. What? Again, citizens' happiness low? Why? Okay, we just need to wait for it to raise. Okay. And also we went from 77 to 78, so I am happy with that. Perfect. This one is done. And now this one will go the other way in order to fix this. Good. Perfect. And it seems like they also started constructing the track over here, which I don't really mind. But we are also gonna plan here an X intersection, just to have a way for them to switch areas. And then have here mixed here and mixed here, similarly to here. And this should be only targeted by the construction office only. There we go. And on this side we're gonna need to do the same. And that should be good enough for them to start building. Yeah, it should be. And theoretically, by the way, yes, they are going to need to switch the lanes. So we are going to need to let them switch the lanes, and they're gonna do the switcheroo from here. Let's see. Yes. Perfect. Okay, good. Finally, I'm getting the hang out of building rails non-Factorio style. Okay. And it's January. Happy New Year, guys. Yeah, it was a lot of planning, but I do like how it turned up. Of course, we're gonna need to handle all of these next, but that's for next year. It will take some years until we manage to get there, but at least with the money we are quite okay. Let's replace just a few more vehicles before actually moving on to the next year. It seems like just 2 of them it went. And let's see about buses. I don't think we didn't have any more buses to replace. Yes. Okay, so thank you for watching. Hope you're enjoying this series. Thanks for my channel supporters over here. And until next time, I'm the Honey Badger and I'm out.